That's the next part. The first part came out to be 26 minutes, something like that. It's still Friday, October 27, all right? Earlier I uploaded this video. I remove the piston connector on number 1 cylinder. On the journal, on the crankshaft, you see some marks. It's gonna be nice to go for one light polishing, all right? Need to get a measurement on that, and then, to be honest with you, I was expecting to be much worse than this, the connector bearings. I was expecting to be much worse than this. Yep. Lucky that it is at this condition, all right? Then I don't see any scoring at the piston, either on the skirt, and I don't see any thermal expansion to indicate that it seized inside, that was dragging, let us say, the piston, the cylinder. The only thing what I see, it's the ring gap, the top and the second one. Now, it's all in one row. This is exactly how I remove it, by the way. I just remove it from the engine and place it here. I didn't touch it at all, all right? I lose the 2 bolts. I put the cap here, the piston connector here. Fine. When it's collecting the piston rings in one position, there are 2 things. Either whoever installed the piston rings, he didn't cross the piston rings, or there is a run out in the cylinder, and they're gonna end up to align the piston rings, the gap of the piston ring, to end up to be on the same position. Still till now I don't know how much the gap, but I don't see the piston rings to be, still has some tension. It does look like it's been closed, that they didn't have somewhere to go. It looks fine. I'm gonna double check the gap, all right? Moving on with the rest, it's gonna be the same, keep in mind. If you see the connector bearings in this condition, the number 1, all of them supposed to be the same. Need to be replaced yesterday. And my friend, he was right that he wants to refresh the engine. If you keep it like that, no, on this output, on the power that he's making, no, it can go bad, so many things. Let's continue. All piston connectors are out, over there. That's the results. I see one on the number 5, 9,000 of an inch been stretched. The number 1, 7,000. It's a little bit higher. We're gonna see if it's okay. If it's nice and round, the connector rod, it's okay. Now, like I said, for the connector bearings, all of them, they have the same wear. It's okay, it's not that bad. The gap on the number 1, it's been in one position for both rings, okay? And then there was another one that was near to each other, this one on the number 2, all right? The other one, yeah, okay, it is what it is with that. Let's see the lower, no, that's the lower light. All right. Like I've said before, if the engine is for a drag race, it's a good thing to refresh it before each season. Let's say you make your season and then the next season prepare the engine to don't have any surprise. This is the case here. All right. Yeah, this I need to take care about that. Now, another thing, what I saw. What's all this stuff? Don't ask me what's that. I have no clue. It might be a piece from the cast iron, from the block itself. Then, let's get this one. Putting it here, all right? And do not expect the crank main bearings to be in a good condition, eh? And it's moving freely. There, here it's okay. Here it's actually sleeping more freely. And then it's stuck. Yeah, you know what's the funny thing? I don't have the lathe to put on the lathe, the crank, and I don't have a V stand, at least to put it on a stand and measure it with a micrometer. Yeah, I have to send it to the machine shop to check it. I mean, with one way or the other, you need to send it for one light polishing to remove some lines from the journals. There are some spots. There are some spots like this one. Here there is a polishing mark here and there, and oh yeah, also on the number 5. Take a look how it looks like. Yep. All right, enough. Let's take it out. Let's take out the crank to see how it looks like. This I have to put in a paper and then I have to erase it. Yeah. Moving on. Before I lose the crankshaft, dial indicator, okay. Crankshaft front, there it's almost at 0. This is measuring in millimeters, by the way. All right. It's almost 100 positive. Okay, no problem. There's no problem at all about that. And then when we go backwards, you see it goes 700, 800 millimeter, plus the 1. So it goes positive 1, minus 6, 7 to 800 millimeter. There is also another one thing. You have to, not you have to align. What I'm doing, I'm aligning the crankshaft bearing cap with the thrust washer to the upper one. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove only the middle one because I wanna see, does it make the same movement, or the cap it stay a little bit back or front, and the other one it's like this. Because to me it looks like a little bit tight, but that's me. Let's remove only the number 4, where are the thrust washers, and see that again. Let's watch it again. The number 4, it's free. All right, all the rest it's been already torn down. I didn't touch it. All right, I just lose the number 4, and now there are only the upper thrust washers. The upper, as you see now, the block is the lower, but in truth it's the upper. This one, it's free. It goes up and down. All right. Now, once again, a little bit more than 0. Fine. Let me put the screwdriver here, front the crankshaft here, a little bit more than 0. Let's make it back. You see the difference? Yeah. Now it's at 0.16 of millimeter. I was expecting that. Yep, you see the difference? So that means this cap, the thrust washers, it was not aligned with the upper washers. What you have to do before you torque it down, before you start torquing it down, you have to push it in one way, all right, to be 0. First you are reading the upper one, and as you are right now, when you're installing it, you push it in one way, and then you see that you have the same measurements again from the back. That didn't sit the cap, let us say here, and you have a thrust washer here, and the other thrust washer is here. I hope that you understand what I'm saying. If you don't understand, sorry. I think that it's obvious and it's clear what I'm saying. All right, moving on. It doesn't get the same forces, the thrust washers. That's the thing. It gets different. I mean, it does have a contact. It's like you have only upper thrust washer in this case. Yeah, moving on. Studs out. Let's have a look on it, right? All right. Okay. Yep. Need to be replaced. Need to change it. Doesn't looking good. Nope. And I worry also, is it straight the crank or it has a high spot and low spot on the journals? I'm just saying, I hope don't be the case. Because they told me that they put an oversized bearings. Oh boy. Yep. That's the number 4. That's the front thrust washer. This is the front one. Alright. That's the rear one. If I'm correct, you see that has barely wear. Okay, you push the clutch from back, alright? So this has to absorb the most pressure. This is supposed to have a wear, but if you pay attention, this looks like it doesn't have a wear. That means all the job he did the upper bearing. This one. We're gonna see. It might be okay, right? Yep. Continue. Yep. Good thing that he is opening the engine and oh boy, and changing the bearings. If it's okay also the crankshaft, it's gonna be amazing. If it doesn't have, if it's not like this, the journals, that's what I'm saying. When they grind it, to grind it straight and true, and to don't be like a... We're gonna see, we're gonna find out. Let me take it out. Crankshaft out. Need to get some measurement, need to clean it to remove the oil, or we're gonna get the measurements with the oil better. Yeah. The second one, yeah. And the number 6 one, yeah, has some polishing marks here. What I want to say, when you receive the crankshaft from the machine shop and you have a color on it, the white one that what they're putting, you can remove it with a brake cleaner. This, they have it to identify the customer, to know to who belongs the crank. No need to keep it there. If you're asking me, at least. If you don't ask me, do whatever you like. Yeah. Then, upper bearings. Upper bearings. First of all, this color, what you see, this has supposed to be the bearings. These bearings, it's like has a coating on it, all right? But the shiny mark that you see here, it's supposed to don't have it. I mean, it's not like it has a pattern everywhere. You see that it's a shiny here and here it's not. Then, what you see some garbage that get trapped inside. The same thing also with that one, the small pieces, fine. Okay, these marks here, what you see in the middle, this is from measuring. They make some vertical lines because they get some measurements. All right, this is not okay. So it's been polished on this side, here front, back, it's different. And number 3, same thing. How in hell it's polished here and in the middle, no. All right. And that's the number 1. Now the thrust washer, that's the front one. The front one looks beautiful, looks like a brand new. All right. Let's see, there is any wear on the rear one. Let's put this. You cannot mix it up because there is a tab that goes here for the lower. So looks okay. Let's see the rear one. The rear one, yeah, you see a polishing mark here, here, and here. That's the upper thrust washer, upper rear thrust washer has the most wear from all of them. And it makes sense because this was not correct, if you're asking me at least. Okay? Yeah. Alright, fine. By the way, the connecting rods have plenty of clearance on the crankshaft, the billet one. So it's not that much, it's not like that you are pushing the connecting rods front and it goes sideways or whatever. So it's different setup, let us say like that to finish the story. Now, let me remove to place in order the upper bearings. again, from number 1 to number 7 to be together. You're gonna help me out later on for the measurements. Then definitely somebody polish it and remove the casting from inside. And like I said earlier, these things, I believe that it's what was remaining inside the block. You need to wash it very good. You need to pay attention to clean it again and again and again until it comes perfect clean. And if you think that's okay clean, you have to clean it again. At least that's what I'm doing. Now, cooling jets, bearings, the O-rings, this will get replaced, all of these O-rings. I'm not gonna use the old one. Let me get also the filter apart, the NOx sensors and the rest to strip it off completely, or no. Let's get the bearings and the jets, and I'm gonna check the bore, the cylinder bore. Yeah. Upper bearings, cooling jets out, they're here, in order, number 1 to 7. Number 1 to 6 for the cooling jets. The cooling jets, I have to make a leak test. I have to make a pressure test, not leak test, pressure test. Why? Because they're supposed to be closed. You see the check valve that has inside, this one, in all of them. It's supposed to stay closed till 25 to 27 psi, because there is no need for a cooling on the piston on idle or when you're cruising, let us say, at 1500 RPMs. So, if there is any problem with the check valve, or with the spring that has inside, or with the sealing point between the ball and the housing, and it's leaking, and if it's that in more than one, it can cause an oil pressure drop on idle with a hot oil. I hope that makes sense, right? Yep. And then I want to see also, I have to wash all the bearings, I have to put a number on them, and I have to check the bearing caps, and I have to torque it down to see if it's nice and round and doesn't have any problem. Yeah, because now I'm the one who's closing the engine. I don't want to have any headache. And like any other time, checking every single thing. Let's make it upside up. Let's have a look at some numbers. Piston number 1, 86.379 millimeters. Cylinder number 1, the worst one, the worst cylinder is the number 1 and the number 2, okay? And the 538, it's this side, where is the wear here. I measure all of them, there is within 100 of millimeter, a little bit greater by almost 100 of millimeter, but keep in mind, crankshaft bearing caps are not being torqued down, neither the cylinder head. So it's relaxed the block, if you like. It's a cast iron, it's not deflecting that much, all right? But for this application, 100 millimeter, it's okay, there's no problem. It's much better to have a little bit more space than to be more tight, all right? The number 1, number 2, it can be better, all right? Because I have almost 400 millimeter run out, only on the number 1 and number 2, okay? But again, if you come here at the piston, you don't see piston slapping to rattle and to have, let's say, wear here up and down on the skirt. So again, it's not for a daily use engine. Maybe the next time to go one size where it might have, yeah, okay. Yeah, but for now it's fine. It's gonna be nice if we can refresh the cross hatch, especially on the number 2 cylinder. That's okay. This marks what you see when you're using fuel based on alcohol and it's not running the engine, it starts coming some corrosion inside. Yeah. I was expecting to be much worse. It's good, it's nice. I have seen much worse than this. It's okay, it's not bad. Now, need to start cleaning some parts. Need to start measuring, need to clean the crankshaft. No, I'm gonna leave the oil to check it, to get some measurements. Better to have a little bit oil, a film of oil on the journals. Crankshaft, then the bearing caps being bolted down. Then I have to bolt down the cylinder head, and just to make it upside down, to see also for the main line, for the crankshaft, and the cylinders. I'm gonna get some measures from the cylinders. It's not that much important, the cylinders, if you are asking me, like the main line on the crank. Yeah, but I'm gonna get the measurement, no worries. And I wanna see also what's going on with the valves. Like I said before, if the grind, see, okay, by eye it might fool you, right? Yes. So the best thing is to get some measurements. I hope that nobody touched the valve seat or the valve, or whoever touched it to know what to do, to don't have any headache with the pockets, with the followers. We have, yep, I need to get also the volume from each combustion chamber, just in case that if anybody resurface it, that you didn't resurface it like this. Usually you have 1 ml difference, 1-2 ml, not something crazy. Yep, some small things that need to be done up. Let me turn it 1 second, just a second. No, what details? I cannot start using Dremel here because I'm not gonna strip it off completely, the cylinder head. Yeah, what I was willing to do, I was willing to clean a little bit some areas. You see this is ready to go away. Talking about this one here. Just to clean a little bit some of these areas to be nice. I wanna see also, yeah, it looks okay. We're stepping the washer for the stud. I don't see it to have to be squeezed down. Nothing indicate pre-ignition detonation. That's a good one. All right. Okay. Okay, I guess we're looking good. It is a little bit flattened here, the valve. Yeah, later on the cylinder head, not now. I need to run a leak test also. Okay, that's it for now. I'm gonna prepare everything. I'm gonna clean everything. And then I'm gonna make another video with the results. Currently I have the oil pump, the gasket kit, I think, but not the head gasket, and the crankshaft and connecting bearings. I need to get also each connecting rod. To torque it down again, I read it on the book to see if it's okay at this point. Actually, I'm gonna torque it down how it's supposed to be, the L19. I'm gonna read online because I don't remember exactly how many thousand of an inch need to be stretched. Then I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna put it on the Shannon, on the HG300, the machine, to see that's round. And then I'm gonna move on. Yep, you know, from now on what's involving washing, checking, measuring, stuff like that. At least I don't have to bleed hydraulic lifters, something is that, right? Something is that. Alright, that's it for now. Thank you very much. Over and out. Most probably I'm gonna have something to show you on Monday, probably. So have a nice weekend. Thank you. I was expecting that. I was expecting this BS, what it is. I was expecting that. Let me show you something now with one hand. Alright, here it's stuck. Alright, here it's much more freely. Then when you put it in the middle, it's stuck in the middle, it's tight. Alright, when you go on the side, it does enter, it enter, okay, without any play, nothing, tight. Alright, so now if I go again, where I'm pointing, I don't know, I'm not watching through the phone. If I go again here, alright, here it's tight, similar to the previous one. Alright, wait, here it's more freely. It's the surface, it's not even. Then as it is, I'm not touching it, I have locked it. Alright, let's go to number 2 here. Number 2, it's just here, it's a little bit tight, but it's passing. And then there is one point here that's coming freely. Dang it with one hand. Here at this point. At this point it's passing much more freely than the other one. And in all of them actually. I don't know who cut the crankshaft, who grind it. This is, here it's stuck, as an example. And then if I measure a little bit on the left or a little bit on the right, or in a different position, it's like an egg. Here it's passing freely. Watch this. Here at this point, it's passing freely, up and down. Here it's a little bit more tight. I went away from the hole. Yeah, see how it's passing here. Where is the oil gallery? Just don't be on the oil gallery, right? No, I'm not. I'm not on the oil gallery. All right, so when I'm going here, I can pass it down and then I can pass it back again up. No problem. Here it's stuck. Here it's not going down. It cannot go more down on this. And it's not only that. The thing is that, like I said, if you measure a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left, it's changing. Different in the middle, different in the right, different in the left. It's like, one second, where I have the marker? It's not the permanent, right? Dang it. No, it's the whiteboard. Okay. If, let us say, you have the surface here from the journal, instead of being flush here, it makes like, wait, just to be more exact, it's like it's been knitted more on the side and less in the middle, right? Or other way around. I don't have a pen and paper to write down. If I get a pen and paper, it's gonna be much better. In the middle, it's tight. Then if you measure it this way, yeah, from this side I can pass it. I can pass it through. Like this, where am I? When I'm measuring this way, I can pass it. When I'm measuring this way, I can't pass it. That means it's like an egg and it's not been machined also straight, the surface. That's why you have this weird pattern on the main bearings. I mean, come on, have you ever seen to step here, here, and then in the middle to be okay? How is that possible? To me, it looks like that the crankshaft is all over the place. That's how it looks like to me, at least. Yep. All right, over and out. Let me continue. Let me continue here. Yeah, to upload also this video. I need to continue stripping it off, preparing it. Need to check also the surface to see if it's nice and flush. Let me show you what tool I get for the surface. Just a second. Just a second. So with this one, I'm checking the surface from now on. To take out this tool, you have to remove 6 bolts, 6 screws here. And I like this way, the cover goes on top, all right? And then, I don't want to hold it with one hand. Okay. And then, precision, amazing, beautiful. I love it. I love it. There is nothing. I mean, it's perfect straight, perfect straight. Okay, if you go to 1/10,000 of millimeter, it might not be, but it's precise by 1,000 of millimeter. And it's beautiful. Is it an overkill? Yeah, it is an overkill. But it's okay, it's good. It's a nice thing to have a good tools, right? Let me put it together because I'm getting nervous when it's outside. And I have it on the granite surface. And this is how it looks like when you're putting it together. Nice and safe. Just only each time that I'm opening it, I have to put a little bit of WD-40 and then close it. Let me close now the video to continue. 2 things what I have seen till now on this engine. What's the biggest problem, if you're asking me? One thing is these stupid things that are inside. That this for me looks like that it's a cast iron material, that it was somewhere inside and it was not cleaned. That's what I believe. I might be wrong, okay? And the second thing, and this is the most important, that I believe that whoever grind the crankshaft, he didn't do it properly. And that's what I believe. Okay? It's not about the pistons or the connecting rods. It's all about the journals for the connecting rods. You know? That's pretty much standard. And then there is another one thing. How much it's gonna be when they machine the crankshaft bearing caps? Yeah, there is also this. Yeah, okay. But at least till now, it's this fine powder, like a lapping compound, all right? And the crankshaft. I mean, if I can see that there is a run out with my tools, imagine to measure it with a more precise tools. How it's gonna be? All over the place. Yeah. Okay, finish. I'm stopping here the video. Start preparing a couple of things. First, what couple of things? All of them need to be prepared, need to be washed, need to be cleaned, need to be inspected. I have to run my checklist, not like that. Pen and paper, writing down. That's it for now. Thank you. Why I think that I finished the video earlier and now I'm finishing it again? Because I just get some rough measurements from the crankshaft. Yeah. Okay, it is what it is. You get used to it, right? Moving on. Have a nice weekend.